afternoon. How are you guys doing? Today I am going over the authentication bypass from Tryhackme. It is part of the junior penetration testing. So let's go ahead and get that started. First thing is you just start the machine. Once the machine is loading, make sure you connect to your um, VPN access. And make sure you connect to Tryhackme VPN. And once you are good to go, we can go ahead and get started. I've started the machine. In this room, we will be learning about the authentication methods to bypass um, any kind of vulnerabilities. Let's go ahead and finish task one. Task two is username enumeration. For username enumeration, what exactly I don't want to read it word to word because I'm just going to be wasting time, and you can definitely go ahead and do that on your own time. But the idea is we will be accessing the machine, the website, and there's a sign up page. So when you try to sign up with a username admin, obviously most of the time the username admin will be taken by the administrator or with the admin account. So we will get a message or an error message that says that an account with this username already exists. So we will try to take advantage of this message right here and try out other names. Like for instance, like Johnny. If we try Johnny and if the username has been taken, then we should be able to get this error message. And then with that, we will get a username. And all we have to do is just find the password. And we could use brute force to find the password and, well, use brute force to find the match to that username. And once we have the username and a password, then we can definitely log in as a user in that website, and that's kind of what the idea is. So without further ado, we do have the IP address for the machine, and we can go ahead and run that up. Um, this not, I think that's the older one. Yes, we do. So for actually, let's go to customers, right? And let's go to sign up. And when we try to sign up with admin with X, 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 when you try to sign up, boom, an account with this username already exists. So we'll leverage, we'll use this error message and leverage against it. That's kind of what the idea is, right? So let's go ahead and get started. Come on. So what we're going to do is we will be using the FUF tool. So let's go ahead and copy, paste the syntax. It's already given to us right here, the username and enumeration. So just to get the idea, we'll use the tool FUF, and we'll use the tag W, the syntax tag W, and this argument selects the file location of the username list. So for instance, if you have saved this username list on a different directory, then you'll be using that directory. It doesn't have to be the same exact directory. And tag X argument specifies the request method, which usually supposed to be a GET request, but for our example, it would be a POST request. It's always good to know what a GET post and POST request is. Um, it's always kind of hard for me to remember it off the top of my head, but just do a little Google or YouTube search and you would definitely get the idea. And beside that, other thing is tag edge is used for additional headers, and then like especially for the content type, and the tag u is the argument specifies the URL, which is in our case is this URL right here. The IP address, forward slash customers forward slash sign up page. And what is it left? And the attack MR argument is a text on the page we are looking for to validate, which is the error message. In our case, this right here, an account with this username already exists. So let's go ahead and actually run this. So we go ahead and copy this and paste the clipboard and just run that. It's probably gonna take a few more minutes or second. And just like that, not even a minute, we are done. And we have gotten how many answers? About one, two, three, four answers. The first one is admin, which we already know, and then the second one is Robert, Simon, and Steve. Let's go ahead and answer our questions. What is the username starting with SI, which is Simon, SI, Simon? Starting with STEVE, Steve. And what's the username starting with the RO? That is Robert, obviously. And just like that, we are done with the first page. I mean, with the second task. On the third task is the brute force. As I was saying, obviously, I hope you guys know what brute force is. Brute force is just using advantage, or taking advantage of a word list, and we just go on word to word. Trying every single possible options or possible passwords or usernames from the list. That is kind of what brute force is. So with our brute force attack, we have those usernames, which is those three usernames. Since these are the known usernames, admin, Robert, Simon, and Steve. Matter of fact, let me go ahead to my desktop right here and make a directory name. What is the room? Authentication, right? Authentication. Probably didn't smell it right. And let me make user.txt. And none of the user.txt. Our first one is Steve, Robert, Simon, and Johnny, obviously. And control save it, and control X out of that. Cat, user, and Steve, Robert, and Simon, and Johnny. Okay, we good. So these are the list of right here. The list of my username, my not even possible that actually the actual username that we have found is Robert, Simon, and Johnny. So from this list, we will use a password, well-known passwords to attack every username and see if we can find a match, a password match for these usernames. That's kind of what the idea is. So let's go ahead and go back to our room. But have I copied this already? Let me go ahead and copy it again just to make sure. Go ahead and run that. Paste clipboard. I lied. Do not run it yet because we need to make some changes. Well, the first change that you want to make is once you write the attack W right here at the username, obviously you would need to change that to your username list, which I named my username as users, I believe. Uh, User.txt, yep, exactly. And I don't need that W. User.txt would be my W1. And after that, this right here will be my W2, and the location for W2 is right here, and then with column W2 is separated with column right here, and my W1 should be in my W1 is my username, which is in the same directory. If this was in a different directory, then you put and instead of the user.txt, you put the working directory of that user.txt. And then everything stays the same, and we can go ahead and click on that, and as soon as you click on that, it should run. And boom, just like that, we found W1, which is the username, Steve. W2 is the password. W2 equals to password, which is Thunder. So this should be the username and the password, Steve Thunder. Let's go ahead and answer that. Steve One, Steve Wonder, really. Yeah, you see, I seen it. Steve Wonder. Wow. All right, and we are done with task 3. And task 4 talks about logic flow. Oh, the below. So this right here. So for the logic flow practical example, this room right here, it's just telling us to examine the reset password function of the website, which is the um, website we have here. Let's go ahead and go to contact, not contact, it should have been customers, reset password. And if we have added, Johnny at trackme.com, let me check the email account not found from supplied email addresses. So that's kind of what we got, right? Account not found from supplied email addresses. But for demonstration purposes, we use the email address Robert at SCME IT support.thm. I think that's like the Robert is the username that we have found earlier too. So that kind of makes sense. Account email, let's go ahead and try that one and check email. Boom, we got the account telling us to put the account username. And have they given us the account username? You'll be presented. If we enter Robert, that's the username. Robert as the username. We will send you a reset email to Robert at icimsupport.thm. And notice how the link has changed right here. The URL has changed. Customers reset email equals to the Robert ICME IT support.thm. And the link to reset our email will be sent to our email right here. So I don't really see the vulnerability so far. What the heck? Exactly. So at this age, you will be wondering what the vulnerability could be in this application, as you have to know both the email and the username. Most of the time, you can always guess the username, honestly. And the password link is sent to the email address, which you don't have an access to. Only the account owner has. So, so we will go ahead and use the curl request on the attack box, or we already have our virtual machine. We will go ahead and run this um, code payload, I guess. And just to understand, the tag edge right here, the tag edge flag is the header to the request. We setting the content type to application, and right here, we are curling this this URL that we have found right here, exactly. So that's kind of what we're doing. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and clear that out. And I've already copied the. So, page generated. So that is the curl for username. That username is equal to Robert. So, but they want us to, our curl requests too will be you curling the same link or the same URL. I keep saying link. We're curling the same URL with the same content type, but now you're changing the username to Robert and the email to the attacker email, which should be our email. So in this instance, how can we get at our email in this um, on this link right here? We can definitely just change it up and put our email to have access to that reset email link. So what we probably would should be doing is if you will, yeah, we have to create an account there. Let's go ahead and create an account here. Let's go to customers. Let's go ahead and sign up here. Our username, Robert, should be Johnny. And our email should be johnny@tryhackme.com. Our, pass- our password, I guess we're going to have to come up with a new password and sign up. Don't save it. And boom, we have created an account here. And using below, sending email to your custom address. Our custom email address is johnny@customer@icmeitsupport.thm. So we just copy this Johnny customer, um, and we will go ahead and run our uh, third. Oh, this right here is the same. You just got to change up your email to the new one. So actually, let me go ahead and run this real quick. Let's go back to my machine. And come on, clear that out. Go ahead and paste that. And then for the attacker, definitely don't need that attacker. Let's Tryhackme. We just gotta go ahead and copy our new custom email address, which is Johnny, and go back to our link and Control Shift V, and just like that, we are good. And then run that. As soon as you ran it, you should be getting in your dashboard or in your account. You see how it says earlier it was nothing, but now you have one support ticket item. If you go to your support tickets, boom, we have an email from Password Reset that we received right here, right now, at exactly 23:40. I think they're using they are in a different time zone, but the minute is 40 minutes. Minute 40, we found this the email address, the reset email address for Robert. And if we click on that, we have received a request to reset your password. This we have never requested this password reset for a Johnny account, but we did that for Robert using this curl request, and we use Robert for the username, and the curl we curling that email, link that we copied earlier, and we send in that to our new email, which is our Johnny. And then just like that, we have found our reset password reset link. And if you go to like it says that visit this link right here, if you go ahead and visit this link here, let's go ahead and open it in a new tab. Come on. And if you open it in a new tab, we will be automatically logged in as Robert. Boom, just like that. We are logged in as Robert. Robert at customer ICME IT support. If you go to account, our username is Robert. Our current email is Robert. And we can just create our new password, update the password, and Robert will never have access to his email or to his account again. And if we go to our new tickets and go to ID 1, please do not tell anyone. This is the flag. Just like that, we found the flag. We can go ahead and copy that. Go to our copy and paste that. And just like that, we are done with this. We are doing cookie tampering. This probably not going to take a while, but please go ahead and read that in your own pace. I probably won't go ahead and read it because it's gonna take a while. But just to go over like some of the things that they are talking about, you can go ahead and curl the first request and see if you're actually logged in or not. You can always do that. Uh, Control Shift V, and we'll show you that you're not logged in. There's like pretty much good information here if you just go ahead and read that. It's gonna run me over 30 minutes, and I don't want to keep you over 30 minutes since you guys can always pause it and read it honestly. And the second one, if you curl it, cookie as logged in true and admin is equal to false. And if you do cookie test, it would log you as an user. And then if you change that to admin and run that as logged in as true, it will should have you as Tryhackme command not found. What? Okay, I'm sorry. I curled the whole thing, I guess. I should have just curled that, not copy the whole thing. And logged in as an admin, and the Tryhackme cookie tampering is our flag. And just like that, we found that's a flag. And then what are the questions for encoding? Encoding is similar to hashing. So creates would seem to be a random string of text, but in fact, encoding is reversible. So it begs the question: what's the point of encoding? Encoding allows us to convert binary data into human readable text that can be easily and safely transmitted over mediums that only support plain text like ASCII characters. So for instance, right here, set cookie session is equal to EY. Da, 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 da. So if we want to change it, if you want to read this string base 64. This right here is encoded in base 64. If you decode it, it has the value of ID equals to 1 and admin is equal to false. So we can then encode this back to base 64 and instead of setting the admin value to true, which now gives us to admin access. So we can change this to admin is equal to true, and then we can encode it again back to using base 64, and we will be logged in as admin if we change that our cookie. That's kind of what the idea is. So what is the value of the MD5 hash of this right here? You can always go ahead and use the hint. Crackstation.net can help us with this. Net, and then we can go ahead and paste our. Oh my goodness, I'm not a robot. Come on, verify it. Crack hashes. Hash type we use is MD5, and the result is 463. That would be the answer. Come on. Okay, we used a lot of space, so we don't need the space. Okay, what is the base 64 decoded value of VEH? That right here, we can always go to use base64decode.org. I've used that before, so it came up right away. If we decode that right now, and just like that, we found our flag, and boom, just like that. That would be our decoded value. And the last one, encode the following value using 64, base 64. We can go ahead and, you just use this base 64 value, and we will be, if you go to base 64 and change this to encode, and our values right here, and you encode that, and just like that, we will get the encode value. And you go to authentication bypass and paste that. Probably don't need the two equal signs because we don't have it on the answer. And just like that, we will encode the following value using base 64. That's what I did. Or probably the space. What's going on? Base 64 encode. That's what I did. We encode it, we paste this, and we encode it. Okay, my bad. I have a way different value now. So we go back again and paste this new one and submit the answer. And just like that, we are done with the room. If you have a minute though, stay with me. Let me understand. Let me kind of understand it myself too. So you see how we changed the basics to the ID. I mean the value for ID is equal to 1 and admin is true. That means we will be logged in as an admin. So this right here will be used in our Google Chrome cookies, right? Like if we're using Google Chrome. So if we go ahead and we already logged in now, if we go ahead and inspect it, and if we go to your network, where can we find our cookie? Should be in our either memory or storage. In our storage, you see how in our cookie the value is different, and we can actually go ahead and use this value and then go to base 64 and decode it and see what the heck is that value stands for. Oh, we can now change it to our new value, paste it, and then enter it. And we should be able to log in as an admin. That's kind of what the idea is. It might not work right now, especially if it does not have like there's some certain vulnerabilities that the web page should have for our cookie tampering to work. But that's the idea. I just want you guys to understand that. But before we move on, but that's kind of it. But so I'll see you guys in the next room later.